Okay, so this question here, two parts of this question. We've got bearings and scale on here. I'm going to come back to the scale part after I've covered the bearing. So I shall answer part A once we've done part B. So part B, it says work out the bearing of B from A. Now remember, read these questions very carefully. It's very easy to get confused with the wording. So work out the bearing of B from A. So we're at A and we want to know what the bearing is to point B down here. Now if we look at the question, we are given some information. We are given that this angle here, around here, is 130 degrees. Okay? Well, that's great, but we know that we must measure in a clockwise direction from north. Okay? So this isn't our bearing, but it can help us get our bearing. So we know in a complete circle, hopefully a straighter circle than that, there is a total of 360 degrees in the circle. Now our bearing in this direction here is 130 degrees less than the full circle. So basically we just want to know this angle here. Okay, 130 degrees less than 360. So we can do a simple calculation. We know the entire circle is 360 degrees, and we know this much of it here is taken up by this 130. So if we did 360 degrees minus 130 degrees, it'd be so much easier if I had a pen. Then the remainder here, this angle here, is 230 degrees. So from point A here, if we were stood here with a compass and we lined it up to north, the bearing from A to B is a bearing of 230 degrees, or 230 degrees. So the answer to this question here, 230 degrees. Now to cover the scale part of the question, okay, it's quite common to find, lots of clicking, my apologies. It's quite common to find scale questions in a bearing question because they're normally used with maps. So use the diagram to calculate the actual distance from B to A. So from B to A, okay, and it states here, on our diagram or on our map, it is 7 centimeters. Now we've got a scale here. This is important. This scale tells us all the information we need to answer this question. 1 centimeter on our diagram or map. In fact, let's write map because it's quicker. On our map equals 50 meters in the real world. Honestly, that says real. So we know on our map that this distance is 7 centimeters. So we want to get from 1 to 7 centimeters. So how do we get from 1 to 7? Well, that's straightforward. We just multiply by 7. 1 times by 7 equals 7. Now it will be awfully rude not to do to this side what we've just done to this side. So we've multiplied this side by 7 to get our 7 centimeters. We must also now do the same to this side. If we multiply this side by 7, 50 times by 7 gives me 350. So in the real world, our 7 centimeters from our map equals 350 meters. 1 centimeter equals 50 meters. We've got 7 lots of this on our map or diagram, so we must have 7 lots of this side. 7 lots of 50 is 350 meters, so the answer to this part of the question is a very bad 350 meters.